Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so we have this residential application. I'm going to go right in and put in the dimensions here real quickly. And the dimensions I got, I believe are close to being accurate, but I'm not 100% certain. But I have 11 feet this direction. And then from this corner to the inside corner over here, I have this at, sorry for the delay here, I have this at 12 feet 1 3/4 of an inch. And then I made up the ceiling height. I didn't receive this, I don't believe, but I have that at about 8 feet off the finished floor. I do have this beam here. I'm not sure of its true dimensions, but that's 7 feet off the finished floor, and then I kind of made it kind of large. I think I have it 6 by 12, I think is what it is. But in any case, yeah, 6 by 11 is actually, it's 12, but I have 1 inch ceiling height up here, so, or 1/4 inch rather. All right, sorry about all that information, but anyways, we have a window here. We have a doorway, I believe, that swings out. I got a floor plan, and let's see if I have that on here. The floor plan is right here. Let's just move that up real quick. I'm going to move it up like maybe 15 feet for a minute here so we can take a good look at it. And you can see the door comes out, but the image that I received looked as if that door could not come out. But I'm going to just count it as the door does not come out, but it goes into the house itself. But you can see here 11 by 12, 6 inches on this entry edge over here, but you can see I have this at a little bit wider because of the image that I received. But that's about it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at what I would do for this application. And what I first of all would do, well, I should say, if this is what I first of all would like to do, it would be to place a flush mount into the ceiling. And so what I would do is open the ceiling up and go ahead and put a CD 6024 6000 watt 240 volt unit in here. Sorry, it's a WD in a flush mount kit. And you can see here, not knowing really what these rafters would be like, I'm assuming that this is what they are similar to, but I would place them, you know, within a few feet of this edge over here. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that off here. Let's see if I have my distances on here. I'm gonna go ahead and just mark off what I have, and from this edge here to this point here, I have that at approximately 3 feet 4 inches. Now, would I push it, you know, to the next side over here? I probably would not, because of the footprint of heat, and I'm going to show you that here right now. Go ahead and turn off these distances over here. And again, this is my preferred if, in fact, this is actually available. I'm going to go ahead and hide this for a second. And look at the footprint of heat. I should also mention that the heater itself is centered within the span from this edge here to the inside edge of this beam. And then let's look at the ray here. So the footprint of heat is penetrating the seating position on the right hand side of this patio very well. And that's why I chose that particular spot. Now, if I was to move that over, you know, one distance over for the rafter system here, you can see now I just moved that over. You know, I'm losing a little bit of the heat on this edge here. So that's why I preferred to place it where I did. Now, what I have up here is not exact to what the actual project may look like. It might be that these rafters are slightly to the right or slightly to the left. I do have them 16 inches apart from each other, and the heater does require a 8-inch clearance from this point up to this point here. So if the slope of the ceiling is less than what I have here, that could be an issue that you'd have to address. But you do need to make sure that you have clearances up there in order for this to work out. And as you can see in here, we have the 5/8 drywall for 1 hour fire rated. And then we have the flush mount frame itself, and then the heater inside that flush mount frame. And you would put electrical connection to, a junction box here, and then from here, flex wire into the flush mount, or I should say the drywall here. And that all needs to be high temp wiring. It comes with the flush mount kit, but if you had to add that to a junction box further down or further away, you may need to add or purchase a longer amount of high temp wiring so that you can get it into the junction box with the high temp wiring. Anyways, that is one option I like probably the best. Now, if you were to think about using the entire space, I'd probably do a second unit over here, but we do have a light here, so you'd have to choose to, possibly move that light into the center and then move the unit itself to a second space on the left side over here so that you're getting a good footprint of heat. And I would go with the same amount of distance, about that 3.5 foot roughly, to the center. Now, if that door does swing out, this second option of placing another unit on this right side here, looking from this direction, that might be an issue. You do need to have clearances. And I'm going to turn off that array for a second. And the clearances below are 18 inches from the edge of the physical heater itself. So here's the heater, here's the edge of the heater, that's 18 inches out, and then it's 36 inches down, as well as 18 inches on all four sides of the heater, 36 inches down. So that would be my preferred, even if this one is not to be used and this is the only seating position that you're looking for, this would be my ideal. Now, this is a wooden surface ceiling, so you do need to drop the heater down slightly. So if you were to do something like this, you need to make sure that the heater is at the same elevation as the bottom edge of any wooden surface or combustible surface like that. Other than that, I'm thinking that, taking off the wood versus taking off a stucco ceiling is completely different. So they could, easily take that off. I shouldn't say easily, but that could be removed and replaced and still look very nice, as opposed to trying to cut open a stucco ceiling and then trying to patch that stucco up to make it look, the same. So that's why I kind of like this idea on this particular application. And let's go ahead and look at some other options. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off and look at possibly what they call a CD series model. So this is a CD 6024, 6000 watt, 240 volt. And I have that in the same position as I did before. And yeah, it's the only difference is now that you can see that the heater is, much lower than the previous one that I had mounted. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So the footprint of heat is a little bit tighter and it's a little bit hotter because of the fact that it's designed for a little bit higher of an application. So would this be the one I would choose? Yes, you could choose this, but you definitely want to consider using a control panel so you can dim this down to an appropriate temperature for the temperature outside that you are experiencing at that point in time and year. So if not, then the better thing to do would be to possibly just change that out to a 4,000 watt unit. And this is a 4,000 watt unit, single element, 240 volts. And that is still a good application for this height that I made up. I want to make sure I kind of put that back into true concept here, that I have this at about 8 foot off the floor. But yeah, a 4,000 watt unit would work fine. This is a 3-wall section patio with a cover on it, so it's pretty well protected from the air movement. But a 4,000 watt would definitely be the the lowest type of model I would use. And we should probably move this back to where I had it before so you can get an idea of that. But yeah, so this would be my second or possibly third recommendation. And I think that is about it. Let's see if I had anything else. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, and again, if you wanted to, heat up the entire space, again, you'd need to have that extra heater over here so that you're able to, get the full space heated. But again, we still have that issue if that door actually opens up into the patio itself. So we'll keep that off for right now. But that would be the couple of different options that I would make. So again, this would be my favorite, utilizing the flush mount unit if we could. And you would still want a control system on this one as well, just because it gives you a lot more flexibility. You can see that it is designed for a little bit higher applications still. This model is ideal for about 9 to 10 foot off the finished floor, but it also gives you that higher intensity so that on the colder days you can feel much warmer. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans and your information to designs at patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from you, our viewers, and we truly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.